Welcome, everybody, to episode number 31 of Missing the Mark Radio. My name is Jamie. Alongside me each and every episode are my co-hosts Shane and Chris. And so we did a Florida Man episode. Oh, God, how many episodes ago?
6 months ago, I feel.
Was it? It can't be that long.
I feel like it was definitely that long ago.
I mean, I don't remember.
I remember the
podcast
table was over there in your basement.
Yeah, it's not a visual medium right now.
Yeah, but I'm pointing to you. You get it. I mean, again, the original intro to the show was way better.
There's been half a construction project since the last time we recorded this.
There is.
And a quarantine.
And a quarantine. And
Yeah, it was definitely before quarantine.
Well, yeah.
So it was before March.
Okay.
Yeah, because the gator the guy threw through the window would have had to have a mask on it.
Oh, yeah.
There's rules to this, Jamie.
There is rules to this
And
now.
regulation.
Jeez. All right, so we're gonna. I don't know if we call this like a part 2 or just like an addition on. I mean,
I don't know if part B maybe.
We're gonna have a guest today. Our guest today did make a brief appearance on that episode. We got our good friend Florida Cop, who shall remain nameless for his own benefits and safety and job security, I guess.
And
right?
pension later on.
Yeah. So. But before we get to that, Missing the Mark Radio on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at @MissingTheMark_, and feel free to email us missingthemarkradio@gmail.com. And I didn't fuck up any of that.
He
so
didn't.
There.
He didn't mess it up.
You know, after
Because
how
you
much
didn't tweak
warned
any
me,
nipples.
after how
this
much
time
you
around.
warned me about our guest and how he's gonna have to tone it down, you just blew our one right there.
Yeah, but
left
at least
him no room.
But at
no
least I
wiggle
know.
room.
Yeah, that's called an adrenaline dump in sports.
But at least I know. Yeah, at least I know where it is. Like in the first minute and a half of this episode.
You'll
So if I gotta
find it,
edit out my F-bomb, I think we're good. So
I mean, this is perfect. I mean, so many Florida man stories ended in arrests. So
Yes.
who better to tell us the stories
Other than the
Florida
arresting cop.
that's right. I'm really looking forward to this one. I had to give him a pep talk to tone himself down as well. So when you listen back to this, you'll know why. He knows. He sent me a video of himself cracking a beer at like 9:30 this morning, or
There's nothing wrong
10
with
o'clock
that.
this morning, or whatever it was. So.
It's liquid bread.
Well, he said he's going to wait till the afternoon to be able to start drinking, and then at 10:34 a.m., I get a video of him doing this.
Close enough.
Yeah, so
ready to roll.
yeah, all sorts of ready to go. So, you know, I really thought we'd have a little bit of time to discuss our vacation, Chris, that we had last week with the families up at my cottage in Thousand Islands, but I might have to wait for another time. This one's a jam-packed episode.
We got stories. We'll share them at some point.
We do, in fact, have stories, kind of like the Zoe submarine.
Zoe Submarine's my favorite.
The Zoe submarine happened. So, I guess, you know, before we get too far, anything new in your life, Shane? You brought us some hot peppers today.
I did bring hot peppers. My father-in-law gave me most of them, so I don't know what they are.
I kind of want to try that tiny one right on air.
Okay.
Not right now.
No, right now. We're doing it before
In
we
the intro,
even...
like what if I gotta get in through the interview now, and now it's gonna be like, oh, God.
It'll be funnier that
It's
way.
already in your hand. You can't not eat it now.
All right.
Yeah, we got to film
I feel like
this.
this is just a continuation of last episode.
I like it. You groaned off mic. You're like,
Hold on. You got to put that next to something. Like, put it next to a peanut.
Here, whip your dick out.
I mean, it was just...
that was the obvious.
I would need this
That
pepper
was
for
the-
that.
That was the obvious. Yeah, you're full of shit. All right. So what do I put next to the water bottle? Maybe.
A peanut.
Anything.
You have a bowl
for
of
scale.
peanuts right here.
Yeah, but now I got your gut in it too. All right, so I guess before
Yeah,
we
but
do
that's
that,
not a good reference size.
It's changing size all the time.
It is. All right, so I got to eat this right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me unscrew my water because I feel like that's going to be needed pretty much right
You
away.
might need milk.
All right, ready for this?
Very ready.
We don't know what this is.
I have no idea what it
Random
is.
pepper.
It's tiny.
Yeah, which in generally they say the smaller the hotter.
Holy shit.
Oh, he went in. Oh, no. Oh, it's not just the pepper that's red anymore.
Oh, this is great.
Jamie is very red. Very red. His mouth is remaining open. He can't keep it closed.
This is great.
He's still chewing.
Oh, he's hiccuping.
Oh, the stomach upset
The
has begun.
hiccuping.
I believe there was a moratorium on vomiting. If I remember the rules from
Yeah,
2 weeks
there's
ago.
definitely no vomiting.
Oh, my God.
I'm really curious.
Wow! Hey, whoa! That was a burp that tried to be.
I'm
and then
really
didn't.
curious now as to what that was.
Oh man!
It's so hot, Am.
This is awesome.
Shane, you should text the guy that gave that to you. Said, "What was the little red one?"
My father-in-law gave that to me.
Text him and say, "What was the little red one?" for posterity. We need to know now.
Any more hiccups?
Yeah, are you going to say anything else?
I got hot hiccups.
You're crying.
Oh, there's.
You ever had hot hiccups?
Yeah. There's definite moisture around the eyes now.
Oh, yeah. You're sweating.
There's
you're red.
moisture on the dome.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't have to do that, you know.
The man never backs down from a challenge, apparently.
For those of you who can't see, it's just Jamie trying to talk and then having to abort because he doesn't know what's going to come out of his mouth.
He can't figure out how to talk anymore.
can somebody kick it to the interview? Oh God.
Lost the power of speech.
So up next here is going to be an interview with Florida Cop.
It's now time for this week's Missing the Mark radio interview.
Shock the system.
All right, let's welcome in our guest at this time, the other side of the law, Florida Cop. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, man. Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. You just decided to just go blank on there for a second?
I just wanted to mess with
You're a dick.
So- you. Love you, buddy.
Now I'm going to have to edit out like small little pieces now of blankness.
Of
I'm
just
just going
silence.
to.
I think
that.
we've set the tone well
Sounds
here.
like-
He's immediately decided to mess up your program.
I mean, he's very much like you every time I try to do plugs, and you
Yeah.
tweaked my nipples last episode. So there's
Yeah.
that.
Again, nothing wrong with that.
So there's that. So anyway.
Yeah, hang on, you didn't what now?
Jamie was trying to read
Jamie's
off
in a nipple play.
all the places that you can connect with the show, or Gmail, Instagram accounts, and it's just it's a boring part for me. He's just kind of rattling all that stuff off, so I like to try and mess him up. So last week I just grabbed his nipple. I did the job pretty well. He's totally stopped in his tracks.
I mean, in fairness, I knew he was going to try to mess with me at some sort of it, so I shut my eyes, and that was a mistake.
So what you're telling me is this quarantine's affecting you guys differently.
Yes. Yes, it's
Okay.
it's
Makes
changing boredoms and whatnot. So, anyway, so the real reason we're here, we did a Florida Man episode not that long ago, and you happened to we called you, I think, in the middle of it, and you gave us a couple of quick hits. But we decided
Yeah,
that it
I
was
recommend
we decided it wasn't enough of you, that we had to have you back and give the police officer side of this Florida Man phenomenon. Chris has some theories, and he I know you you had a question pretty much you wanted to start right off with, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I want to know
All right.
what your thoughts are on the Florida Man phenomenon. Like it's a meme. It's out there. People associate Florida with all this ridiculous stuff happening, which is not that weird things don't happen elsewhere. Do you think that it's like the perception that more of these things happen in Florida is true? And if so, why do you think it's the case for Florida?
So you said one question. You just hit me with like five.
Yeah. That's how I roll, man. It's just stream of consciousness. Your thoughts.
Math is not our strong
Okay.
point.
So when you say Florida Man, I mean, I've seen memes of like hillbillies with one teeth. I still got all my teeth, guys. I do have those.
That you do.
But I think it's a stereotype, to be honest with you. Do I do stupid stuff? Yes, I do. Do I have friends that do even dumber stuff? Yes, I do. And they're good friends.
But you see all these memes and everything all over. Why do all the headlines? It only seems like Florida. It always starts with Florida Man did.
Yeah, you don't see
X.
like a string of articles.
And
Like,
X always
Texas
seems to
man.
be the craziest shit.
All right. Well, let me ask you. The whole thing of Florida Man. What is in your mind to think of? Okay, this crazy some bitch in Florida is doing this. What is in your head to think we're grabbing alligators or something?
yeah, like throwing them through the window of a drive-through.
That wasn't an article that we read
That does
last time.
happen. It does happen. Yes.
But
Sorry, you guys that don't get mad enough to be able to grab an alligator because
Right.
you don't have them up there in your snow-ridden area.
Well, yeah, some of it's due to the regional differences. My theory on the thing is that your weather is too nice. So, like you guys in
I can
California,
tell you right now, you ain't gonna see my Florida ass getting on a tube and sliding down a mountain in the middle of snow. I can tell you that right now.
I imagine how that looks to other people.
Horrible.
So
I'm 6'4", 255 pounds. That tube goes fast.
it does.
Good.
Got that low center of
I'll
gravity
take
in
my
there too.
chances.
Well, you know,
I'll take my chances with a 6-foot alligator all day long.
you know the rule: the force equals mass times acceleration.
What?
Yeah, well,
So
and I ain't that good at math.
So is it just like your weather's too nice and the brains are too fried with the sun down there, or what? Why does it seem like the stories of I don't even know if I can call them criminals at this point, but why does it always seem like the stories are just that much more out there?
It's a I don't give a shit attitude
Yeah.
is what it is. Yeah, it's a bitch. We'll go swimming in the middle of the ocean. There's sharks out there and shit. Y'all ain't going swimming in the ocean up there.
Nope. No.
Well,
I mean that
well,
and the ocean's like
conveniently,
6
that's
hours
the
away.
landlocked,
So
but,
well, yeah.
mhm.
I don't even swim in the lake.
The lake isn't very clean.
No, the lake's not very clean up here. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that we're our closest beach is right by the mouth of the Genesee River, which is not clean at all.
No.
So we get all the runoff.
Yeah, but then you also get the terrible people that are over there too. So there's that.
I find them
The
very.
kind of people I'd arrest, right?
I find them very
Oh, yeah.
entertaining. They're you see, I don't think you'd arrest these people based on the standards you cited before. I think you'd probably you might intervene, but I don't think you'd waste your time with the paperwork. I think you might just enjoy the show a bit.
That's one of those non-paperwork days. Like, y'all need to get the bleep out of here.
Yeah, everybody goes home.
With a swift Cokes.
Ah. a
Well,
poke.
spicy air.
Oh, man.
Air. Let's go that route. Spicy air.
I got one.
Spicy air balloon.
This is a thing that I observed watching that old show, Cops. It was my observation that watching that show, like if you showed up to the door when the police arrived and you didn't have a shirt on, your chances of going to jail were much higher than the guy wearing a shirt. How does that play out in your
Try with no
experience?
pants on.
Nope. Well,
Were you
think
keeping
you should
score
try
like
no
shirts for
pants on.
skins?
yeah. Well, no. It just seems like the shirtless guy goes to jail more often. That's again just from watching the TV
Oh.
show. It's not my direct experience. That's why I'm asking.
Well, it reminds me of a time. Right? See, hang on, let me roll these windows. It's starting to rain. I'm
You're
sitting in my truck, guys.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
down here. I have no phone service at the house, so I'm sitting down here in the truck, and it's starting to rain. Good old Florida for you.
Well, I appreciate you.
So it reminds me of one time, the whole no shirt thing. This is a whole naked guy. Best thing I thought was, I honestly, I almost pissed my britches. I was laughing so hard. Right? It was me and my buddy. My zone partner at the time was Donnie, which I love that kid to death. He's not a cop anymore. He decided he wanted to go and do better things. But I'm still trying to coax him to becoming a cop again over at my new agency. But we were in my old agency at this time. Call comes out. We got off at 6 o'clock in the morning. Call comes out at like 5:45. Naked guy being crazy in the middle of the road.
At 5:45 in the morning?
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm already almost home. I'm what we call slow rolling. I'm headed to the house. Well, I was almost to the gate, which is I'm 15 miles away from where I was at. Should have been at. Call comes out. And I'm listening. It's like, oh shit, I got to go back. Next thing I know, you're taser deployed, and I come back, and I'm riding out this point in time. I get back, dude, slap naked, on top of my buddy Don. This shit fucking killed me. He's like, bro, I had no choice. I had to tase him. I didn't want his nuts in my mouth.
I can kind of understand why he doesn't want to be a cop anymore.
Yeah.
I come pulling up, and he's sitting there screaming rape. I'm like, bro, you're a cop. What are you just tasing? He's like, I did tase him. It didn't work.
Was that the turning
that
point
was a
of
good one.
was that the turning point of his career decisions?
Yeah, I think so, yes. Oh,
He
man,
handed in his badge the next day.
I still mess with him to this day. I'll text him like, hey, man, how's a nut taste? just to mess with him. He's like, bitch, they never made it there. They were close, but they never made it there.
Close.
Why? I guess to go backwards a little bit. Why is this guy just naked in the street?
At 5:45 in the morning. Drugs were involved.
Methamphetamine's a crazy. Yeah, a whole lot of methamphetamine. Well, we wound up taking him to jail, right? Homeboy had a whole. I mean, mind you, he stuck a whole bunch of stuff up his what we'll call his prison wallet. And it had not dissolved yet.
Oh
Put
no!
it that way. No plastic bag, no nothing.
Oof.
Still had not dissolved yet.
Oh no!
Oh, it was good. Oh, that was the best day ever.
Did-
I missed that day.
Did you allow him to clothe
that was
himself?
cool. Hell no! I took him to jail naked.
Well, I
No.
guess he really
I
doesn't have any
think-
personal belongings to hand in.
Or if he
The only
does,
thing he
you don't
had on
want him.
was
The only thing you had in the
The
trunk
only
was the
thing he
women's
had on was
underwear
the-
from the last call.
But yeah, he could have, but it wasn't him. The only thing he had on was a shiny bracelet. Rained it. I just got him that day.
I don't even know.
All right,
where,
what's your next one?
I don't even know where we go from there. Like, what do you
really?
like? How do we even like continue on with that?
That's a great story. You don't have any more questions?
I have oodles of questions, but that was just.
Who's got to sanitize the back of the car after that?
Ooh, good point.
We usually do. I usually do my own car.
In a hazmat suit?
I was like, no. We get these. Didn't we go over this last time, guys? We get these things from the hospital. They're called, you know, what Mike Tyson believes coming for Christmas, Santa Claus. Didn't we go over this last go around?
Dude, I don't remember what happened yesterday, let alone 6 months ago.
Dude, that's the nice. Well, the nice part about cop cars, like my new agency gave me a brand new 2020 Tahoe, and it is the fucking awesome. It's all plastic back. You can literally hit it with a water hose and it just hoses right out. And then you just come back with like a bleach wipe or something of that nature, or those Santa Claus, which I got a shit ton of those, and I love them things to death.
Yeah.
So
Cleans it right out. It kills everything.
Chris had mentioned a story that we read, I think on the Florida Man episode that we did, where a guy got angry and threw a gator through a drive-through window
Of a Wendy's, I remember that.
of a Wendy's. Of course, you would remember that part.
They didn't have any more spicy nuggets.
They had to been out of spicy nuggets. Any ridiculous stories like that?
I don't have anything that crazy.
No,
No.
no throwing gators.
not-
Like, how often does
not
does
throwing
nature come into play in your job? You got a lot of critters down
What?
there.
You broke.
Oh, sorry. How often does nature come into play in your job? Because you got a lot of critters down there. You got a lot of it's just like, I don't know. From my experience visiting Florida, there's a lot of just organic material everywhere. There's just like big chunks of leafy trees falling down in the street, and I don't know how often do.
Yeah,
do
the old agency I worked for, I dealt with alligators all the time. I dealt with possums. I dealt with snakes. Hell, I even kept one of the snakes once. I had to. Oh, that's a good one too. We'll talk about that one. So, I went to a call one day. And I had just gotten to day shift. Call comes out. There's a big snake on this lady's back porch, and she was requesting a Spanish-speaking officer. Mind you, if you know me, I am far from speaking Spanish at any point in time.
Yep.
I can look at Spanish and not tell you what the fucking means. So I go there, and this lady comes out, and she's just grabbing me. She's like, sir, you gotta come. She's grabbing me, and she's like, mind you, she's like her nightgown. This is like a 50 or 60-year-old lady. Not bad looking. Not bad. Didn't smell like mothballs. So
That's
It's a
plus.
plus.
You think nightgown and mothballs. It's
Yeah.
is it Chris over there? The
Yeah.
quiet one, Chris?
Am I quiet?
Hey, you ever smelled mothballs? Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
ever smelled mothballs before?
Yeah.
How'd you get his legs so far apart without him breaking?
I'm the quiet one? That's unfortunate.
You're definitely not the quiet one.
No, I'm the quiet one because I'm busy listening.
Well, that's
That's
not
the
what
only
you're.
name I can remember. I'm sorry.
It's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be talking. Anyway,
He's telling the stories.
back to the snake. Sorry.
Yeah, see, I'm telling a story. Hang on. So let's get back to this. So I go into this lady's house, right? And I guess it was her niece or her daughter. I'm not real sure because I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying. All I could understand was snake. There was a big snake on the back porch. So I walk out there, and I'm like, there's no snake. And she's like, it's over here. She points over the banister, and it's a ball python. And I'm like, oh, that's cool as shit. So I walk over. I just pick the bitch up, right? Put it on my shoulder. And she's like, oh, you crazy. You crazy. I mean, starts freaking out, starts hitting me with a pillow and shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I walk out. I kept that snake for like 4 weeks, dude. I had it here at the house. And the old lady's like, that thing's going to kill the kid. You got to get rid of it. I brought it home with me.
Who just brings a snake home?
He does.
I did.
Snakes scare the hell out of me.
Really?
You can ask Nicole. She'll tell you to this day. She'll be like, that dickhead. Hell of that snake.
Why?
It was awesome. It was awesome. I named him Roscoe P. Coltrane. He was my drinking buddy. He'd actually drink a beer with you.
That's awesome.
Why would they call the cops for a snake? Like how is
911.
snake wrangling in your job description?
Well, they clearly didn't speak English.
No, it's not. But the problem is that was the problem. The sergeant that I had at that time, I love him to death. He's retired now, but he is a cool dude, and I still hang out with him. We have a good time together. But he knows where I grew up and what I do. So on a normal day, not working day. You know, my normal hanging out days, I'm kind of out on left field doing some Florida man stuff. So, actually, first day I was working with him, and love him to death. We'll just say his. I guess I could say his name, Strom. You know, old Sergeant Strom. If they could figure it out from that point, then they knew who the hell I am. So he calls me. He's like, "Hey man," he goes, "There's a call coming in right now, and there's an alligator in the Sonic Lube and Tire over in Titusville." All right. And I'm like, all right. And I was like, what are you calling me for, Sarge? He's like, well, you're probably the only one in the squad that can handle that call. I'm like, yeah, I'm not FWC. He's like, just go handle it for me. I was like, whatever, Sarge, I'll go take care of it. I got pictures. I don't know if I still on my phone right now, but I got a picture. I'll send it to you, Jamie, later.
All right.
But he's like, go handle it for me. I was like, all right, no problem. So I go over, and it's like a little 2-foot alligator. And I'm like, there's like 4 guys in there. And mind you, they're all my size. I'm like, what are you girls doing? Why don't you just grab this damn gator and throw it out back in the pond? Hang on, guys.
Yep.
I turned my work computer on, and that was a big absolute mistake. Because that will not stop going off. It'll go off probably 15 times while we're talking. So anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted, I go in there, and it's a little 2-foot alligator. I'm like, what are you girls doing? So I walk in, just grab the gator and pick it up. I was like, hey, man, you guys got some tapes we can tape its mouth shut because I got to put it in my car and take it to the river. The guy's like, oh, we got like electrical tape or something. I was like, that's fine, grab it. Homeboy comes walking over to me with electrical tape. I was like, tape his mouth up. He's like, no, I ain't getting near that thing. So me being the asshole that I am, Homeboy was a whole lot bigger than me, and I thought it was the best thing ever because me doing the normal me, I was like, hey, man, tape his mouth shut. And he was like, no, I ain't getting near. I was like, and I just started chasing him with that alligator. Oh, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
You're just running through the tire shop, chasing another grown man with a small alligator.
Florida man chases another man with an alligator.
That's a headline in itself.
Florida cop chases another guy
Florida
with an
cop
alligator.
chases Florida man with small alligator.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have ran away. I would have ran away too.
Oh, there was one time on my last day, my last day at that agency, the call comes out for an alligator in an apartment complex. But there was a bunch of kids around it, and I'm like, shit. I wasn't gonna do anything about it. I was like, I could really care less. You know, that's their problem. It's my last day here. I don't need to do anything crazy because I'm going to a new agency. I'm not doing nothing crazy.
Florida cop chases children with alligator. That's the headline.
Even better. So I was like, I'm not gonna do anything. Sarge calls me. He's like, hey man. He's like, can you handle that for me? I was like, call FWC. Sarge was like, my last day. He's like, please. He's like, just go deal with it. He's like, FWC is not gonna come out for a 5-foot alligator. So I get there. This is not a 5-foot alligator. This thing is like 8 foot, almost 9 foot long.
Oh,
And I'm like, yeah, FWC needs to be here for this thing. So I call my buddy in FWC. I was like, hey man, I was like, you got to come out here and deal with this thing. He's like, bro, we can't. We're too busy right now. He's like, just get it and take it and drop it off in the river. I was like, you guys are killing me. I was like,
There's-
it's not my job.
There's a dinosaur on the playground. It's like, you guys too
So
busy?
I was like, okay. I was like, well, whatever. You know, me being stupid me, I'll grab the damn thing. So I grabbed the damn thing, and I got a picture of this one too. I grabbed the damn thing, would tape its mouth up because I stopped on my way up there to grab tape because I knew nobody there had tape. Taped his mouth up, taped his legs back, and I threw it in the back of my cop car. Mind you, I had a brand new Explorer at this point in time, and I had an alligator in the back of a brand new Explorer. The agency wasn't very happy about that because that shit all through that thing.
oh.
My last day.
His last day,
It
he
was
doesn't
my
care.
last day, mind you.
So
It was my last day. I didn't clean it out. I left it there.
can I ask?
That was
So,
Santa Claus.
Hold on, for my own
Go ahead, finish.
for my own stupidity, from being from Western New York, how the hell does a single grown
Where's New York?
man wrangle a 9-foot alligator by yourself?
Experience.
Just grab it. Don't be scared.
Like, how do you grab it? Like, how do you know where to grab it? Like, and not get your arm bitten off?
Not in the mouth.
Well, obviously, dumbass.
I can tell you right now, don't grab its tongue.
That's
grab
the last
the tongue,
spot.
buddy.
That's lesson 1 in gator wrangling.
Don't
not
grab
the tongue.
Yeah,
Now, have you ever had? You guys have snakes up there, obviously.
Yeah.
yeah, not very big ones.
Have you ever caught a snake before?
No, I'm not touching a damn snake.
I have. Not a very big one, but I have.
So where did you grab it at? That's the question.
Behind the head?
Did you get bit?
No.
Did you grab the rest of the body with the other hand?
Yeah.
Well, would you call it its neck or would you call it its tail?
Sure.
Yeah, see? That's the question that still baffles me to this day. Not real sure.
But again, a
Yeah,
9-foot
grab it.
9-foot alligator, you grabbed it, basically hog-tied it, and then put it in the back of your cop car. How much did that thing weigh?
Yeah. It was only like 180 pounds, something like that.
Okay.
They're not. It's not like a saltwater crocodile like in freaking, Australia, what you're thinking of. It's the 9-foot alligators. They're not that big. I mean, yeah, it's 9 foot from head to tail, but mind you, most of it's tail. It's like grabbing a regular old lizard. Just grab behind the head, jump on its back, you'll be all right.
I mean, what'd you do? Put it in a
Do it
sleeper
on-
hold? I mean,
Do it in one slow motion though. Don't do it in steps. you got to fully
gotta be
commit
swift
if
and
you're
quick.
going. You got to fully commit.
are you
don't
teaching
put
your
the
son
pleasure-
these tricks?
Not yet. He's not old enough.
Dude, I
need
don't
to lose
I don't
my
think
freaking arm yet.
I'm 36 and I don't think I'm old enough.
Just
Man,
because you're scared don't mean nothing.
you just live on a different level than me, man. I don't even want to touch fish. Like, I won't take a fish off
Really?
the hook. Yeah, dude, I don't like any of that.
That was my job all last week.
Yeah, we went on vacation last week.
I feel bad for you.
Chris and his family were with me, and all the kids are catching fish, and he's got to stand out on the dock and take them all off.
They were just ripping sunfish out of the water one after the other. They didn't even use bait half the time.
No, sunfish are stupid.
You're stupid.
Your mom's stupid.
So-
She
No
listens-
comment.
She listens. I'm sorry.
Do
Love
you
you,
guys
Mom.
eat those or no?
Sunfish? No.
No, the kids were just catching them and we were throwing them back.
Yeah.
Is it
No.
like, it's like just regular old brim or something?
They're tiny. Just Google
What?
sunfish. They're small.
I'm not Googling sunfish. I'm not Googling anything that has anything with New York.
Wow.
Dangerous.
Sorry, sir.
You travel to Pennsylvania. It's
Yeah,
close
well-
enough.
It's a completely different
Yeah, it's
state,
not
though.
true.
Yeah,
That's-
Pennsylvania
They
stinks.
told us we couldn't go back up there right now.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they got a little 14-day quarantine thing going on right now. It's all
Tomatoes, tomatoes.
yeah, it's all fun stuff up here. So alligators seem to be like a regular occurrence with you.
That was in my last actually. Hang on one second. I got this.
Okay.
He's alligator cop.
So
yeah, we just got to change his name to Alligator Cop
Yeah.
now.
I went on an Everglades tour once. That was pretty wild. Saw a bunch of big gators. And the guy giving the tour said basically they got about 30 seconds of stamina. You just got to kind of stay out of the mouth and hang on. Is the
Really?
plan, yeah.
Yeah, and then once it runs out, you just hold your mouth shut, tape it, you're good to go.
I would like to see you do that,
man.
Shane. What?
Find an alligator in New York and I'll do
Dude,
it.
I watched that guy because he was feeding the gators marshmallows because they don't.
So,
and
have they lifted that quarantine up there yet?
no.
Our governor's a moron.
True story.
So if they don't, do they have like a roadblock or something to come in there? Or?
I heard they were going to
they-
start setting up checkpoints.
No, there's no real enforcement. There's just the promise that if they catch you doing the wrong thing, they'll ruin your entire life. That's basically how we do things up here.
True story.
Good government right there. I like it.
Yeah. So, so lots of gators. What other awfulness? I mean, why does it seem like most, when you hear Florida man stories, it does in fact involve an alligator? Is it? Are they like pigeons down there for you?
Alligators and meth.
Yeah, alligators and meth.
Well, that I don't know about. I mean, I know, like, off topic here. When I was in high school, I caught an armadillo one time and let it go in the cafeteria of the high school.
That's almost better than any story you've told so far.
You are Florida man.
That's awesome.
What is armadillos just running freely around there?
Oh yeah. Hey, you don't have those?
No.
No, we don't.
Y'all don't have armadillos, really?
No, I don't think they survive the winter.
Dude, I guarantee I'll see 3 of them by the time I go home tonight.
Our version of that is
My-
skunks and
Possums.
no, what's the other one? Raccoons.
There are a lot of raccoons.
A lot of raccoons. Chris and I were sitting out front.
You ever caught
Huh?
catch a little baby raccoon and like raise it up? That's pretty cool.
No.
Little trash pandas.
Trash pandas. No. I have 3 cats that would probably not enjoy that very much at all. However, we were talking about pet skunks. I think we looked it up on last episode. Apparently, people do have skunks. You just got to get the stink taken out of them. Apparently.
Yeah, that gland. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very.
That.
They're like.
Yeah. My mama used to have one of those when I was growing up. She had a skunk.
Your mom had a pet skunk?
What that? Yeah. When I
Does
was a
that
kid, yeah.
shock you?
Kinda.
We just learned it was a thing last week.
I know. So I mean, does it like act like a cat, or what does it do?
It's kind of like a raccoon. It's just running around everywhere. It's like it was your sidekick. I mean, I was a kid that time. I think I was what? Oh, 5, maybe 6 when she had that thing. But mind you, I grew up. My mom had snakes and pigs, and I grew up around animals. So that's why I'm not so worried about animals now.
I mean, you're tackling alligators, so I can't. I guess I can't disagree with any of that. So I
I've done
mean,
more.
I guess I got a couple other questions, but I kind of want to go into. But I wanted to see if you had any other funny stories you wanted to kind of tell before I ask a couple more serious questions.
Wait, I didn't sign up for serious.
You didn't sign up for serious?
What the-
Let's go with your serious questions, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So I guess Chris is already like, damn, no serious questions.
I'm out.
What do you mean you're out? You're also the only one drinking this episode too.
Good for me.
Well, I've decided that I don't like to
I'm
listen.
drinking.
Yeah, but I decided that I don't like to listen to myself by the end of the podcast when I get hammered and I'm starting to slur and I can hear it when I listen to the playback of it. So,
That'll be me tomorrow.
yeah, I just kind of want to know like how throughout this pandemic and stuff like that, like how is your life changed as far as like the job goes? I mean, are you seeing a lot more going on? Are you seeing a lot less going on? Are people were they getting kind of cooped up and getting crazy? And the second they're able to be let out, or what are you seeing out there?
Well, that's a loaded question. So
That's why I asked it.
curiosity is just my curiosity is. Do you mean like the pandemic itself bothering people, or just the quarantine themselves bothering people?
Yeah, it's more like
I'm not real sure here.
I guess my question is like, are you seeing a lot more? I don't want to call it like action, but are you
Activity.
Are you seeing a lot more activity? as the reins kind of loosen up a little bit, or people who are pent up and now they all of a sudden are able to get out a little bit, and are you seeing more activity from what you have to deal with?
So dumb people are always going to be dumb people. They don't listen to rules. They're going to do whatever they want. Did I deal with people like that all the time when like a quarantine was going on where you couldn't be outside? Yes, I was dealing with that all day long, every day. You were dealing with a lot of domestics because husband and wife are cooped up in the house all day long, and it tends to get a little old every now and then. I kind of get it. You got to have your free space. We were dealing with a lot of transient breaking into things. So a lot of cars being broken into because people weren't outside. You had people cooped up in the house not doing anything whatsoever. They'd walk in the house like, it's fine, whatever. I'm not going outside. So yeah, we were dealing with a lot of domestic.
Yeah,
not so much anymore. So
I've seen a lot of that. I mean, just in news headlines, stuff like that, and statistics. Even up here, you see a lot of that going on. Where, I mean, I hear jokes being made of it, but then you hear, it's kind of sad at the same point too. Is like people are spending a lot more time together, and it's causing a lot more of those types of issues too. So, no, I can definitely see that.
That brings up another thing I was just thinking that you just popped in my head. I went to a call one day, and it was early. I had just got on day shift. It was early as shit in the morning. I want to say like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock. I just got in there. I didn't even drink my coffee yet. And it's a husband and wife going at it. And should I go on? Anyways, all right. So we'll go with old lady wanted some that morning. Homeboy had morning wood, and he was not all about it. So she wound up hitting him with a cast iron skillet full of eggs.
Oh.
He still had egg all down the side of his face, all on his arm and stuff. I'm like, bro, it'd just been easier to put it in. Just deal with it for a couple of minutes and be gone with yourself. Now I got to take her to jail, and you got to rub it out yourself. And then you got to clean the egg off of you. It's your own fault.
Please tell me all of those words came out of your mouth.
Oh, it did too. It was all on body cam. Mind you, he still had the imprint because the skillet was hot as shit. He had the imprint on his cheek. You can see, like, a cast iron skillet, how it's got that round bottom to it.
Yeah.
It's got a little lip, round lip.
Yep.
It was a Lodge cast iron skillet. He had LOG across the side of his cheek, and the other part would have been there, but if his cheekbone would have been a little bit more solid.
Wow.
Oh, she messed him up.
Yeah,
that was good.
Tragic.
I took her to jail. Yeah.
Those cast iron skillets are heavy. Not to mention all the eggs
I
they
would say
wasted.
she wasted some good eggs.
Yeah, man could have had
she
sex
wasted some
and
good eggs,
breakfast and ended up with neither. This is the saddest story of the night.
This is.
You wanted stories, and that to me. That was one of those. It's like,
It's a quality story.
if it were me, let me ask you, what would you have done?
I think I would
How to
have
have
said
the sex and breakfast.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with Chris on this one. I think sex and breakfast was definitely a good way to go with that instead of getting hit upside the face with a
Way
skillet.
better than going to jail.
I feel like at the end of the day, if he knew his options,
He clearly didn't think that one through.
if he knew option B was getting hit with a cast iron skillet full of eggs, I feel like he would have just done the deed.
Welcome to Florida.
And I also hear you telling us that 5 a.m. naked in the street guy is 5 a.m. naked in the street guy year-round, regardless of pandemic restrictions.
Oh yeah. Well, that guy was well before the pandemic. Oh yeah, that was then like
He's just going to be there.
shit. That was he actually overdosed.
No.
He died before I left Idaho.
Ugh.
Second
that's
saddest
it.
story.
Oh yeah.
That was just getting depressing.
And what? Why?
I mean, we're talking about skillet to the face, going to jail, and then OD.
It's not really
guy,
sad.
and-
It's kind of funny.
No, that's hilarious, actually. Was he injured? Did he have to go to the hospital? I mean, he got hit with a skillet.
He went on his own, yeah. But it wound up breaking his orbital socket.
Oh.
It messed him up pretty good.
God, I feel like if he knew option B, he would have gone with option A.
Yeah.
I'd have went with option A all day long and not option egg. I'll tell you that.
Mistakes were made.
That was an epic fail.
That's not even the most depressing story whatsoever. Shit, there was one day I was sitting there. I was at Marina Park. Mind you, Marina Park is on the Indian River. I don't know if you guys know where the Indian River is at.
Nope.
But it takes you out to, it's all intercoastal. It takes you out to like Kennedy Space Center and all that stuff. But it's all saltwater river. I'm sitting there like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm typing a report in my old shitty Impala that I had at the time, and it was everybody 3:30 in the morning. And I hear the radio beeps, like beep, 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 beep. I was like, and normally that's not a good sign at 3 o'clock in the morning when you hear those 3 beeps. And I heard fire at 2 South. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean fire at 2 South? Which 2 South at the time was a 7-Eleven. So I'm literally from here to probably the end of Jamie's driveway away from this place. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. I was like, I don't see no flames. I was like, well, Titus alarm en route. So I take off. I get there and I was like, I key up on the radio. I was like, Titus, there's no fire. He's like, no, gunfire. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
I keep going. I just pass the place. I pull into the CVS parking lot. I pull up on the other side of the CVS. I grab my long gun. I jump out of the car and I take off running over towards the 7-Eleven, which, mind you, I had to run. I was running straight and I had to make a left around the front of the CVS and I could see the 7-Eleven. Just to kind of paint a picture for you guys. So I get over there and next thing I know, I see a black guy standing over top of a white kid. And this kid's laid out on the ground. All right. Immediately pull my gun up. Like, get on the ground. The guy's like, hey, man, I'm the one who called you. I called you. He's like, this kid just shot himself. I'm like, what do you mean he just shot himself? Sure shit, kid still had the gun in his hand. I wound up just kicking the gun out of his hand. Right, run over to him. He's still alive at this point in time. Still alive. Right, throw my long gun down. I immediately just go start to render first aid to him. He opens his mouth up. He's like, help me. I was like, bro. As soon as he opened his mouth up, I could see the hole in the top of his mouth, out the top of his head. I could see daylight.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, there's no helping you, bud. I was like, what do you want me to do? Just plug the holes? I was like, I'm sorry, you're on your own. But like, you could see him fading away where one side of his face just disappeared. It just stopped working all the way around. His eye rolled back. The other side's moving around, which at this point in time he starts doing agonal breathing. And basically, shooting yourself in the head is not the game to go because you're going to choke on your own blood. Don't ever do that.
I mean,
Boys and girls.
you got to have an end game, I guess, in mind when you go and do that.
He was 16 years old.
Oh, that is sad,
I
man.
saved his cousin, though. His cousin tried to kill himself the next week because they were like brothers.
Oh.
I wound up catching his cousin just before he decided to do anything stupid. I caught him and we had a good long conversation. I still talk to that kid to this day.
I mean, I guess within that depression, there was a good thing that came out of it, and you were able to have a positive influence, I guess, on the cousin at least.
Well, he killed himself for his old lady.
Oh.
Turns out she liked his cousin better than she liked him.
Oh.
He killed himself with her. Yeah.
Well. Oh, that was
Welcome to Florida.
Oh. I don't know if you're helping the whole.
Welcome to Titusville, Florida. At that point, best thing to do there is your cousin.
And he brings it right back around. Oh, I don't know where we go from there. I'm all depressed now. Chris, you wanted to make it funny. You want
me to save this thing and we pull it back? All right,
God, please.
I wish I had another hot pepper for you to eat.
I'm depressed. Like Chris keeps looking at me like, dude, what do you expect me to save this thing? Like, no, man. I'm all depressed now. I got nothing.
Sad.
I'm like, Chris, you got a notepad full of stuff here. Just to please bring this back.
I had some
around.
ideas. I was having this thought because we canceled the Olympics this year because of COVID. It's obnoxious. So I was thinking, in its place, we could have the essential Olympics. People who were still working through this whole thing. Like the fastest cashier at the store, that type of thing. Like,
Like
So-
have them scan groceries quickly, or have them actually do the Olympics?
No. Like just the best of the best at the jobs that we still had to do while everything was quote unquote shut down, but most things were still going. So I thought of what would like
What would Florida Man do?
Yeah, what would the police Olympics be like? And so I thought of some categories, and what I figured is I'd give you some events, and you could tell us how you think you'd perform.
Well, that's interesting. Wow, man, you put a lot of thought into this, Chris.
He told me to come with ideas,
Okay.
so
I
I
did.
got ideas.
I did.
So I guess you could keep it like you say you're trying to qualify for your force. How do you think you would perform in the 90-pound tweaker toss?
I have a follow-up
Oh,
question.
I got that.
You got that one? You're
I'd
gonna
say
gold medal?
Dude, now let me ask you: how do I toss it?
Well, I mean, I've been maybe like I don't know.
Can I grab it like a bowling ball and do like the spin and throw?
Are they clothed?
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe by the
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
yeah.
I was lost for a good 35
Maybe-
seconds there.
Dude, you just had a blank
Do I
look
grab
on
it by
your
the
face.
arm?
Yeah, I'm thinking like arm and a leg, kind of hammer toss style. I don't know. I mean, you're the expert. how would you get him the farthest?
Thank you for saving this, Chris. After a couple of those stories, my head just went so blank, and I'm just looking at Chris, and he's just looking at me like, "Dude, this is your shit. What are you doing?" Thank you, Chris, for saving this. I just want to put this out there.
So 90-pound tweaker toss. Now hammer throw. If I'm not mistaken, the hammer throw is where I get to spin, right?
That's correct.
I can grab it and spin and chunk it.
Yep.
Oh, I've got easily 60 feet on that. Easily.
So you're thinking
So-
you're gonna medal in that event.
Hopefully. Shit, I hope.
Oh man.
All right. So
I mean, if I'm tossing a tweaker 60 foot, yeah, hopefully I make something. I'll take copper in that deal. I don't care. As long as I'm not getting tased.
All right. Second event here: full contact hide and seek.
I don't
Like,
know.
are we going to prison wallet hide and seek? Or what the fuck you mean there, bud?
No, I'm just saying like you know it's hide and seek. Except when you find the guy, you then have to restrain them.
Well, I think you failed to understand on my size, sir.
So
Mind you, 6'4", 255 pounds.
So you're saying if you can catch him, you got it.
The problem is not catch. The problem is not catch them. The problem is me stopping once I do catch them.
So
I
you gotta-
usually just plow over them.
so you
Well,
got
that's
brakes don't
part
work
of it
good,
though.
you know
I feel
what I mean?
like,
so it's slowing
if
down the
it's-
momentum is the difficult part. Is what
but
you're
if it's
saying.
full contact, tackling them is probably part of the strategy.
They usually scorpion is what happens, but their head usually hits my ass. Weird. Don't like it.
He's gonna opt out of this event.
Yeah, I'm out of that one.
And if you guys think of any other good events, I'm just based as my limited understanding.
How
of
many do
police
you
work.
have?
I got two more.
Okay.
So the third event would be marathon sitting. I understand it's a big part of your job.
Marathon sitting?
Yeah. Just a
Like
lot,
hanging out.
like a lot of time in your car.
Just sitting there.
Oh, bro, I am the champ at that one. Oh, yeah.
Gold medal.
I,
So mind you, I was at my buddy's house the other day, and I wound up getting my ass ate up with some chiggers. So, y'all know what chiggers are, right? Red bugs?
I'm familiar. Yes.
I am not,
No.
but I'll take your word for it.
Well, chiggers is like a mosquito bite, but it's way worse.
Okay.
And it sticks with you for like a week. Bunch
Ooh.
of red bumps all over your legs. And my car's hauling ass. I wish I had my cop car. I'd pull that bitch over. Anyways, so these chiggers ate my ass. And they're all over my legs, all over my butt. I mean, it's bad. So, needless to say, this past couple days, bitch, I will sit in the cop car all day long in the AC and just watch TikTok. Can anybody please 1065 this call? I'm like, not me. I'm going to hang out right here.
So you're saying you're a gold medal finalist in that one?
I'm fucking champ on that one this week.
All right, Chris, you got one more. You
Well,
said, right?
Let me rephrase that. I am champ compared to this whole pandemic shit.
Okay.
So I don't do anything proactive anymore. I have not made any dope arrests, no gun arrests, no nothing. Only time I'll get out of my cop car is when they send me to a call, and I have to go.
Okay.
Crap. I got to go now? Okay.
What's the final event,
All right,
Chris?
final event, the Police Olympics, involuntary yoga.
I'm going to need further clarification on that.
Involuntary yoga.
You're
Yeah, that's
basically-
kind of weird, bro.
You're basically bending somebody in a way they don't want to go.
Oh, all right. So you're kind of forcing. So he's forcing their hand to basically to get them to go
So
in a place.
the way I
that-
picture this is that you run after somebody, tackle them to the ground, and attempt to hog tie them when they really don't want to be.
Right. This is.
I feel like this is part B to the tweaker toss.
Yeah. This is just what I thought was a clever way of saying to effect an arrest on somebody who is resisting.
Well, 9 times out of 10, if you see me running at you, you're just going to give up. If I have to run, you are going to get hurt.
Made bad mistakes.
You're going to make them pay for
It's gonna
making you
happen.
run.
Sorry. Yeah, that shit sucks. I hate running.
I mean, don't we all?
If I have to run, you're going to look like a pretzel by the time you get back up. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be picking you up. And you're not going to be very happy. But your back's going to feel great tomorrow.
It's a free adjustment.
Now there'll be no penalties in the Police Olympics for performance enhancing drugs. I thought maybe there'd actually be like a bonus for like a blood test for whoever had the
most PEDs.
no, like the highest percentage of caffeine in their bloodstream.
Again, I'd have to have a lot of that.
Yeah, I'll drink coffee in the morning when I get up, but that's it.
Really? You
I
can go
don't
the
think
whole.
caffeine. Yeah.
You can go the rest of the day like that, huh?
Yeah, I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll sit there and drink a cup of coffee. Well, 9 times out of 10, it's only like half a cup of coffee by the time I take me a shit in the shower. And I'm headed to work.
That's way
Good
too
to go the
early.
rest of the day.
Time do you start your day?
4 o'clock in the morning.
No, and I got that part. Like, when do you start work?
I got to be there at 6.
Yeah. That's way too early.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful time.
You're a morning person.
I am a
though.
morning
That's-
person.
I am not. So,
Yeah, he gets cheery at the gym.
oh, he's Chris has a good time no matter what.
I do.
Pretty much
Well,
everywhere.
I worked 15 years the night shift. I'm done. I
Yeah.
want to be on days where I get more time with my family, and it's way better to be on day shift.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Well,
So,
Motherfuckers can't hide that easy when the sun's out.
there is that too. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think we've
Yeah.
taken up enough of your time. I appreciate everything that you've lent to the show today. So, any parting words you want to go
Sorry.
with here?
Sorry for screwing your show up, buddy.
Nah, that's all right. I mean, luckily, your southern draw kind of helps hide some of the F-bombs, so we're good. I won't do much editing, if at any. So, hang on for a couple seconds.
Oh, hey, before you go,
Yeah.
I got one more story for you to make
All right.
you even more depressed.
Get your finger
Aw,
on the
why you
button.
gotta
Why
be
would you
depressed? Why don't make
I
me
barely
depressed?
saved Jamie from falling
I was
into
down and out at that point.
falling into the abyss.
All right, go ahead. One more story.
Can I not give you a parting gift?
You can.
The
Yeah.
parting gift?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I can call you later and tell you.
No, just do it now.
You've teased it. You got to go. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
the audience is gonna be itching for this story now. Go ahead.
You there? You're breaking up on me.
Yes, tell your story.
Hey, you there? Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now?
I'm just messing.
Oh, you're a dick.
That was awesome.
This is the so I literally started this interview with calling you a dick and then ending it that way too.
It's good.
So, anyways, hang on. I had a call come out. Right, this is back in my other agency days. Call comes out. Daughter calls. It's like, hey, not real sure, but I think my dad's dead. And I'm like, well, okay. So I go there. Dispatch gives me a call. We go there. I was like, what do you think your dad's dead? And we walk up, and I was like, holy shit, yeah, I think your dad's dead. Just go sit in your car, and we're gonna go in here and figure out what's going on. Mind you, we're walking up the steep driveway. Just to paint a picture for you, there's the steep driveway, and it goes to a 2-car garage. and there was clearly what you could see dried blood, which at this point in time had been like 5 days.
Oh.
So it's like just a stain that goes around the driveway. So like, I wouldn't say around the driveway, but there's like a good loop that comes out like 5 foot out of the door and back up. Like you see her puddling out. She gives us the key. We go in the house. We go in the garage. Homeboy, turns out he had like a nerve disease, and he was over his arms and his legs hurting him. So, and the doctor wouldn't do anything about it. He left a note there. He's like, "Look, if I die, I'm sorry. This is not my intention." He had tourniquets on his arms and on his legs. He cut one arm off and both legs off with a skill saw.
Oh my God.
There was shit all over the walls. I mean, imagine trying to console his daughter over this. And she's seen this crap after it was all said and done. She went in the house, but after we got rid of when the morgue showed up and they took the body and this and that and the legs and picked everything else back up. But it was the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. Homeboy had tourniquets on, but he didn't have the one on his leg tight enough. His femoral artery, he just fucking killed him. It spit all the blood out. He gone. I was like, could you imagine that, though? Just cutting both your legs off and then an arm off with a skill saw.
Nope. And I officially hate you for ending the story that way.
I mean,
Hey, well, hold on. I have a follow-up question.
No follow-up questions.
I definitely have a follow-up question, and it doesn't have to do pertaining to the blood or the body or anything. How in the world did she say she thought her dad was dead?
Yeah, exactly. That was my question too.
Didn't get that answer, I assume.
Because he wasn't answering the phone, and there was
Well, of course he wasn't. He only had one arm.
there was a smell coming out of the house.
Oh.
yeah. So she probably didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
you could clearly see the blood coming
Right.
out of the garage door.
Man.
And I was like, yeah, there was. She didn't go in there. Good thing she didn't go in there because she'd have probably passed the fuck out and fell on him or something.
Yeah.
I'm
It was really weird
depressed.
then.
I mean, that is some intense resolve for the guy to get 3 limbs off.
You gotta be out of your mind.
I mean, I
in
could
pain
see getting, you're fed up. You've had yourself a bad idea, and you cut a leg off, but he kept going. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine the
He
pain?
cut a arm. No, mind you, he had a nerve condition to where he is already in pain.
Right.
Like his limbs were bothering so bad, he just wanted them gone.
Oh my God.
Oh, I wound up talking to his doctor and everything. It was like, well, I would say good riddance to bad rubbish, but homeboy was trying to help himself, wasn't intentionally trying to kill himself. He was literally just tired of his limbs.
He was just trying to relieve the pain somehow, some way.
He was tired of them hurting all the time.
Well, this went in a weird direction.
I'm all out of Olympic sports.
Yeah, you can't save this one. So,
All right, hang on. I got one. I got something.
oh, you're gonna salvage it?
All right, here.
All right.
Just real quick
Salvage
one.
again.
End
So-
my depression.
I got a lot of experience with drugs, I'm sure. I know you know what the smell of marijuana is. But you ever talk to somebody and think you can hear marijuana?
What the fuck did you just say?
Exactly.
Like, so you're on the
Can
you're on
you
the, you're,
hear marijuana?
yeah. Like, can you hear if someone's high from talking to them?
I mean, when someone's drunk if you're talking to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's the thing is, dude, I know so many people that smoke dope,
Yeah, I'm
and
not.
they're all different.
Okay.
So they're all different. I mean, some of them, yes. Some I can figure out as like, if you're stoned as a motherfucker, I ain't talking to you right now. And some of them could be stoned as shit out there building a fucking picnic table. Like, bro, what are you doing? Calm the fuck down. You just smoked a bowl.
He's like, I need a place to eat snacks
There's no
right
way.
now.
There's no way I'm editing all this. I like how Shane's just looking at me every time you drop an F-bomb going,
your job sucks.
I don't have this kind of
Hey,
editing time on my hand.
I told you to put the jar out, and I'm going to owe you a F-ton of IOUs, buddy.
Oh,
I
man.
told you.
I got to figure that out. There's going to be a lot.
Can you just send
Hey,
us a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah.
On a positive note,
Yeah.
this past Christmas, I wound up making, when I went solo for the agency I work for now, which I've always done it every year. You get those, you know how they put those candy canes and stuff out for stupid cheap in the middle?
Yeah.
I found some the other day. Well, the last go around, they were the Warhead candy canes.
Oh.
Dude, you know what Warheads are, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sour ass candy. It was the best thing ever. Giving those out to little kids and just watching them. What the?
You got issues.
That sounds fantastic. I want one.
You got issues.
I'd give them to all the kids. I'd give them a candy cane. But mind you, I'd give them a follow-up candy cane. It was just to be funny. The parents knew. It wasn't like I was just walking up to random kids.
All right, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Oh, man. All right, well, I don't think you disappointed at all. Hang on the line for a couple seconds. We're going to kind of knot this off here, and we'll be right back with this week's headlines.
I just put an E on it, pronounce it Beer K. It's no big deal. It actually sounds pretty cool.
All right, welcome back. We are here with this week's headlines, brought to you once again by Chris, who has scoured the internet for all the awesomeness that could be out there. I want to, before we get started on that, though, let's thank to Florida Cop for
Alligator Cop.
joining us. Yeah, we're good.
Alligator Cop
now. So, all right, how many headlines you got for us this week?
I just got a handful.
All right,
See what we got here.
let's hit us up.
All right, this one going right back to Florida.
Of course.
All right, so they captured a 100-pound snapping turtle in Florida.
I could see that.
You can see that.
I feel like Alligator Man was there.
I've seen some big snapping turtles up in the Thousand Islands, man. Biggest one I ever saw, I kid you not, was probably this big. And I know this is not a visual medium, but that's probably
Visual
a
medium
solid,
is like 4.5
He's
feet.
telling
probably about a 4-foot turtle.
He's telling a very impressive fish story right now with his hands. So
I've seen it.
Well, I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying that imagine somebody telling a
It was
ridiculous
actually the
fish
size of his
story
bell.
and holding their hands up, and that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
I've held small snapping turtles. I had to chuck one out of my backyard that wandered in there, was stinking out the place. And just the incredible force of that thing trying to bite me.
Yeah.
And how much just a small one was jerking around in my hands as I was trying to get it out to the creek. I can't imagine the violence of a 100-pound snapping turtle.
Dude, those things are dinosaurs.
dinosaur.
They are
Yeah.
100% prehistoric animals.
Turtles, alligators, all of them.
Oh, those are all freaking dinosaurs that just somehow made it this long.
Yeah, so there's not really anything exciting in the
100
story.
pounds,
I just
man.
wanted to bring that up to put the specter of a 100-pound snapping turtle into your head so you can have nightmares.
I already have nightmares after our conversation with Florida Cop, but continue.
Well, you get what you asked for.
Yeah.
All right. New York man allegedly stole school bus in Sarver, Pennsylvania to drive home.
Okay.
A school bus?
I mean,
Of all things to steal, to try to the gas mileage on that thing.
probably easier to steal than a car, though, wouldn't you think?
No. Do you know how to drive a school bus?
No.
I mean, do they leave the keys in them?
Right.
That's a good question.
It brings up a lot of questions.
I feel like there's follow-up. Did you actually read the article?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, did he hotwire it?
Keys?
It does not say if he hotwired it.
Hmm.
It didn't get caught until it was just parked in Avon, New York, and somebody called it in for being
It
suspicious.
was. He got all the way to Avon?
Made it to Avon, parked the thing, apparently too close to his home because they were able to identify who had taken it.
Did he live in Avon?
I mean, that's kind of impressive, right? He got from Pennsylvania to New York State, decided to park
Avon.
it,
That
it,
is-
and then go home.
That is at least 2 hours into New York.
That's just impressive.
I wondered, did he have to hit a toll booth in that thing?
Ooh, good question.
It's like I'm gonna.
Did he take?
He
81?
could no, hold on. He could have gone up 86.
Right, he
could've.
may not have, but can you imagine if he had to drive that thing through
Through a toll
no
booth?
kids, just some sketchy guy in a Pennsylvania bus in a New York.
And they didn't stop him.
Here's
Well,
here's
if
your
you go
ticket.
if you go through the Easy Pass lane and you
he's
don't
not
have
gonna
an
have
Easy Pass, right? Yeah, but they
Hold on, they're gonna
they
take a picture
they
and
take a
send it
picture.
back to the
Oh.
bus
Yeah.
garage in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
So he's got a nice ticket waiting for him.
Perfect.
On top of stealing a vehicle, Grand
That's right,
Theft
it's
Auto,
and also a ticket for violating the
Easy Pass lane.
Easy Pass.
That's
And
tremendous.
again, the man's from Avon.
let's just
He just drove it home. They parked the bus out front, apparently.
That's awesome. When
Like, I
hold
feel
on,
like-
when was this?
I feel like he made it that far. He shouldn't get in
hang
trouble
on.
for this.
That's
Like,
not
that's
how-
just impressive.
that's
well,
not how the
depending on
rules
where
work.
in Pennsylvania, that's at least a 2-hour drive.
This story is August 28th.
That was only a few days ago.
Yeah, I try and keep
Wow.
it fresh, man.
That's
All
crazy.
That's amazing.
My wife's best friend lives in Avon.
Oh,
just
man,
wondered
I
if you knew
should've-
about that.
Man, I should have brought this one up when we had our special guest on. Now we're going. We're staying local to New York again, and going a little bit over to Buffalo here. Tonawanda residents want a new policy that allows police to accept sexual gratuities.
I actually didn't read the article, but read that headline. And I was
Read
like,
the headline.
huh.
Huh.
That's all I went. Huh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, then you get in a gray area where it could potentially be forced, and now it's just a thing. And
Right. So
It's just bad. And then
they're not trying to change the rule.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Yeah.
No. Super Troopers? Come on, man.
again, that's a very obscure line from the movie.
It's not at all,
No, it's
actually.
not
Is
that
it?
obscure.
I
No.
guess it's been too long.
I did see a Farva Ramathorn 2020 bumper sticker yesterday.
Oh,
Very-
really?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
All I saw was online and posted it.
Yeah, I saw it online, then I saw it in the reel.
Say car Ramrod. Say car. No. Car Ramrod.
Ramrod 2020.
Oh, that's awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
I guess a dispatcher got in trouble for getting some on the clock.
Really?
And, yeah, so they're trying to change the rule.
And they were just like, wait a minute.
They're not trying to change the rule that, like, cops can request this in exchange for getting out of your ticket. They're just trying to make it okay to have some fun on the clock. Which,
That sounds more like somebody trying to save their job.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to save this dude. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. It wasn't that bad, was it?
makes for a
Mm.
heck of a headline.
It sure does. I mean,
All right, and then we'll leave you with some weird.
Was he offered scrambled eggs instead?
way to bring it full
As
circle.
far as I know, it's still legal to accept scrambled egg gratuities on the clock.
I like scram. Yeah.
All right.
All right. COVID-19 got you scared? Japan Group offers coffins, chainsaws for stress relief. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you got
I got to know more.
let your mind wander on that
Like,
one.
hold on. Together?
I don't even know how that makes sense.
Like, you have to purchase them?
It's a horror experience in which you lay in a coffin surrounded by chainsaw-wielding zombies.
Why is
That sounds.
Why?
I'd rather have coronavirus.
See, you get in a window.
Japan's weird?
You get in a windowed box, so then you're no longer in danger of, COVID spray from anyone's mouth. So you're safe to have this horror experience from inside your windowed coffin.
Yeah, that's.
I'm going to go with my original statement. Japan's weird.
I'm going to read this.
Speechless.
Customers this weekend in Tokyo can lie in a 2-meter, 6.5-foot windowed box, listening to a horror story, watching actors perform, and getting poked with fake hands and squirted with water.
Why?
We hope people can get a bit of relief by having a good scream.
Why? I feel like that's the answer to a lot of these headlines that we get. It's just, why?
They're trying to scare the fear out of them.
Yeah, the answer
Scare
to
the
this
Rona out
one
of
is
them.
just Japan, but
Yeah.
and the answer to the other one was because sex, and the one before that because you needed to get home. I mean,
Yep.
these are simple answers that lead to complicated stories. It's just like
You're not wrong.
Right. The guy. Hold on.
You're definitely not wrong at all.
Yeah, the guy that stole the bus, he was just like, well, I need to get home. And here's a bus. Why not?
I mean, I feel like there had to been like alcohol involved in that one, or some sort of
Some sort of
legal drugs.
mind-altering substance.
Yeah.
yeah, there isn't a lot of information in that article. It was just a guy stole a bus to get home. No motive.
It's one of those clickbait articles that actually happened.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Wow. I have
Did it say where in
Can I just-
Pennsylvania?
Guy defeats cab service with one simple trick.
Can I just say that I
Steal
haven't
the
been
bus.
I haven't been left speechless this many times in an episode in a very long time.
Yeah, we've gone.
It started in the intro with the pepper.
I didn't do. There was a lot. Again, thanks to Florida Cop for jumping on.
The way
here,
you
but
looked at me when I asked him if he could hear marijuana was great. I wish we had a picture of that face.
It's like, wait, what?
you were here to salvage my
God,
my mind was gone at that point, and then you throw, "Can you hear marijuana?" I'm like, what?
You said it, and then I was like, what the hell does he mean
I don't-
by that?
I didn't
and then
know
as
what he
soon
did
as you
either.
started explaining it, I was like, oh, no, I get it.
So here's the brilliance of Chris, and I'm going to explain this in very simple terms. Chris let that linger long enough, knowing that we didn't know what the hell he was talking about, just to get that silent reaction.
Yeah. I think that's how comedy works, but I'm not an expert.
Yeah, it's all about the pause.
He just the problem is we're an audio medium, and that pause just is dead air of just our brains going, what did he just say?
I'm hoping it's having the same effect on whoever's listening. I'm hoping I want them to have time for that internal monologue of what the heck.
Yeah.
What is this guy talking about?
Mission accomplished, my
Is
friend.
this guy on the marijuana?
I'm dead.
Did he smoke the marijuana?
I can tell you.
Maybe he put it in his ears.
Doesn't make sense.
I can tell you
doesn't
the
at all.
origin of that.
Neither
thought.
did the question at the time.
Please.
I was on a conference call and I was listening to this guy talk, and I'm like, marijuana.
He's definitely on it.
Gotta be
We're
high.
separated by geography. I can't smell it on his person, but I thought for sure I could hear it.
Oh, that is awesome.
Man, on
That
that
is
note,
awesome.
You know what? This is the first time in a very long time I've gotten to the end of an episode, and I don't know what happened.
Well, we talked to a cop who
I
happens
think-
to live in a different state.
I think I've been in the roller coaster emotion. Like, I think I had a good time.
I had
and
a great
then
time.
My brain was farting and it was gone, and then I was depressed, and then Chris brought it all back around, and then I was back to not being able to think again. So
I'm glad I had my notepad to save the day.
I'm glad you did too, because I got after one or two of those stories, my brain just went, nope. I had my own Jimmy moment. I was tapped out, and Chris came back with the Police Olympics.
Police Olympics. And
Should have had another hot pepper.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know if we could top how this episode started, so I can't wait to listen to that back. But
the pictures are great.
anyway,
We should have got the whole thing on video. We're gonna have to do it again.
yeah. Let's not. The pictures are enough.
How about this? How about we all do it
No, I will put
on
them,
video,
I
and not
will
on a
put it on-
podcast day?
I will put it on Instagram. The pictures that you sent me of my.
I have a video,
awful
but
face.
the reaction in the video is not as solid as the
No?
initial. Like, oh, this is a pepper. Oh, this is a hot pepper. Like, your face said all of that
It
within
was-
a matter of half a second.
Yeah.
I haven't. It's probably been a solid 8 to 10 years since I have had something that hot to where I was hiccuping.
There were violent hiccups too.
Yeah, I know, and I'm pretty sure a couple of them were in the mic.
Oh yeah,
So-
it was bad. It was awesome though.
Your face turned the color of hot pink of that bowl right there.
That sounds about right.
Almost the color of our old sign behind you.
It was not quite as violent as Shane's body rejecting cabbage on the previous episode.
Oh, that didn't even have to be kimchi. It could have just been cabbage, and
Yeah,
it
I
would
know.
have been the same
You-
reaction.
you convulsed.
Man, I don't know what to do with any of this. Well,
Listen to it.
End
I
the
guess-
show and cut it off.
Yeah, I'm cutting this shit right off. So Missing the Mark Radio on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at @missingthemark_, and you can email us at missingthemarkradio@gmail.com. And they are trying to flip my nipples again.
Hold on. There was no nipplage.
It was coming.
It was
No.
it was just a threat. It was an implication.
It was the implication.
The implication of nipple play.
All right,
Hit the
well,
button, man.
I guess
Save yourself.
subscribe wherever you get your podcast if you feel like it. I guess
We're outta here.
So
Goodbye.